Okay, this is what I have for sale. It's a 1977 MCI motorhome / tour bus. We've used it for both. It's 40 foot long. It is a complete conversion. It has never been an over-the-road type bus. So I'm going to go through and just kind of explain all of the compartments on the bus and what they're used for, so you can understand, have a little better idea of how the bus is laid out and how it works. And we'll start the bus up and roll it out and show you the engine compartment and everything else. This is just the fuel compartment right here. Pretty self-explanatory. That's where you fill the fuel up. It's got a regular fuel capacity tank right there that just standard diesel fuel. This right here holds 144 gallons, and it operates the bus and the generator at the same time. Feeds off of it. The next compartment right here is the battery compartment. It holds two 24 volt, or it holds a 24 volt battery system. Two batteries run together there. It has a main disconnect on it right here, which at the time it's off. Anytime I park the bus for a period of time, I shut it off. And we'll go ahead and turn it on now, so we're ready to crank it up. You just lift that lever up and it turns the power on to the bus. Like I said, that's the bus batteries there. That's what operates the bus engine. This next compartment is just an underbody storage compartment for hauling, whatever you need, miscellaneous stuff. We use it. We haul band instruments underneath here. It stays a pretty consistent temperature even when you're running down the road. In this compartment on the side over here is a battery charger. And that battery charger is designed solely just to charge the bus engine batteries if they're dead. So in the event that you left the lights on or something, you could turn the generator on or plug it into a regular 110, and you could charge the batteries up if they were dead, and that's what that's for. It's just a standard bus compartment. This next compartment here houses the what we call the house batteries, and that's what operates anything inside the bus that might be running 12 volts. So if you park the bus, you have lights without the generator running. When the generator's running, these batteries are just kind of in idle. It has a battery charging system up here that keeps these batteries charged, and an inverter that changes it over. Also with this bus, it has a slide-out toolbox that came with it. It has just a menagerie of tools for minor maintenance and things like that. There actually is enough stuff in here where you could do your own oil changes, fuel filter changes, and belts and everything. It has a full set of tools that come with the bus. This was in it when I bought the bus, and it will be sold with it. The back side of your freshwater tank, your black water tank, and your propane tank. That's a 100-gallon propane tank. It runs left to right on the bus. It's explosion proof. It's made for RVs, and that tank holds, like I said, 100 gallons, and you can run your refrigerator off of that, and it's also for running your furnaces inside in the wintertime, and your stove runs off of that. This last compartment back here is just a door that opens up. This gets into your engine compartment here. Just so you have access for working on your engine. As you can see, it's very open, easy to get to. You have filters there. That filters your coolant system. That's a filter that filters the radiator water. Right inside there are your fuel filters. And everything is pretty accessible from this right here. This is your air conditioning compressor for the bus engine air conditioning system, which at this time I have disconnected because we use the generator and the rooftop air units. So I disconnected the belts of this so I don't have a drag on the engine. There's just no point in it because we always run the generator when we're rolling down the road. I'm going to go ahead and start the bus up. We'll pull it out and we'll talk about the other side, and then that way you can see the back of it. We'll open the engine compartment up and show you all that. Right here, these both open up. This is access into your electrical department, and this is access into your steering mechanisms. This compartment right here is part of the bus air conditioning system, and like I said, I've got that all disconnected. Everything is still in there, but we just have it disconnected in the back. But that is the compartment right here. This is where the condenser and everything is located. This compartment right here is just the other side of the storage. You can see it goes all the way through the bus. Okay, this compartment here is where the generator is located. What we have is a 10 kW Kubota 4-cylinder diesel generator. Here's where all of our fresh water and filtering system is located. This is where the freshwater storage tank is, the hot water heater, and all of your lines to plug in if you were going to plug in and stay overnight someplace you wanted to plug in. This does take a 50 amp service breaker to operate the entire bus at night, or when you plug it in. It's just another service compartment in for the engine. Get to your air filter, other components of your engine right here. Okay, so this is the backside, or the engine compartment, and in these buses, obviously the engine's mounted in the rear. And what we have here is an 8V92 turbocharged, and sits right in here. The back door is open. It's very accessible for your maintenance and everything. As you can see, you've got your fuel filters are down here, down at the bottom. You've got a water pump right here. You've got your oil dipstick right here. You've got your power steering fluid fill right here. You've got all your governor controls and everything right here. You've got an auxiliary temperature gauge back here in the back, and this is a mechanical gauge, which actually shows you the real temperature. We also have back here in the back, you can start the bus from back here, and you can kill the bus from back here, in other words, kill the engine. Service lights, if you need to work on it at night, are in here. Moving up, this is the cooling system. We have two large radiators, one on each side. This is the way that these buses are designed. This has oversized radiators in it. They draw air from the outside on the side of the bus. They pull the air in and cool it, dump it down, and blow it down through the engine here. It's pretty efficient. These radiators are all in great shape. They've been cored. They're like brand new. And again, like I said, they're the oversized radiators, which from the factory, this bus would have come with a narrow radiator. And these are the thicker, heavier duty models. Has two blower motors. These are the two blower motors. They're like squirrel cages, and they run off of this large belt. It has an oil filler here, so you can keep the oil filled in the mechanical box, which changes the direction. So as the motor turns this way, the gearbox changes and turns the squirrel cages that way and sucks the air in and dumps it down and cools the engine. Water level for your radiator is right up here. There's a sight glass. It tells you. You don't even have to open it up. It just tells you. You can see the water level right up in there. If you do need to change or add water, there is a filler compartment on the side of the bus over here. You open it up and you can uncap it, pour the antifreeze in there. To see the bus comes, it has a 2-inch ball on it with a receiver hitch located down here. We use this. We pulled trailers with the bus for our band instruments and whatnot going down the road. As we're looking at the back of the bus, you can see it's, like I said, it's a 1977 MCI. But MCI did not come from the factory in 1977 with these style lights, nor did it come with the square headlights that it has on it. Those were put on afterwards. They're from a newer bus. They interchanged. That's the glorious thing about MCI. All of their stuff kind of interchanged, and so you could really update your bus any way you wanted to.